Yo, yes. Welcome to Conversations of the Heart. It is your boy, T-Till. Today we're going to be talking with Davon Livingston. And, we're going to be talking about health and fitness, things like that, So just rock with me for a little bit. Appreciate y'all. More beats. Talking about lifestyle. We're going to be talking about a lot of different things today. I'm looking forward to the conversation. It's going to be a good show. Davon Livingston, definitely, he's doing his thing in this space, so definitely looking forward to having this conversation with him, because, health and fitness is so important for us. Just gonna wait for him to tap in. Oh man, so with Conversations of the Heart, you can check us out on Anchor, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts. Man, there's so many of them. We're on just a lot of different platforms right now. I'm so blessed. iHeartRadio.com. You can also find that here. DJ Teddy Graham's in the building. Yes, sir. My brother. What's going on? We got to have a conversation, brother. Off to the side, though. Yeah, man. So, So it's been an interesting 2021 so far. We got the inauguration tomorrow. A lot of crazy things about to happen. But the one thing that we got to do is maintain our health and fitness. And I myself need to get back on this game. So, I'm looking forward to having Davon here. And all right. He is here. My brother.
What's going on? How you doing?
Good. Man, Davon, I appreciate you doing this, man. Appreciate you coming on with me, man. Thank you so much.
Yeah, no doubt. The pleasure's all mine, bro. I appreciate you reaching out and us finally getting to connect.
yeah, man. It's funny, man. I swear, I think it had to be maybe 3 or 4 years ago. I said, I don't know in what capacity that we're going to be able to do something. I said, but one day, I said, me and Davon are going to do something. I didn't know it was going to be this, or maybe something different in the future, man. But definitely, thank you, man. I think it's needed for the community. It's needed for us, man. And you're one of the leaders, the premier leaders, especially from Queens, man. So definitely want to salute you on all the incredible work that you've been doing, brother.
Yeah, I appreciate you. That means a lot, man. So, and thank you to you too. Shout out to you for doing this. And you've been at it for a while. So
yeah, man.
I definitely appreciate your perseverance and continuing to do this even during these times. Like I said, like you said as well, we both need this. The whole community needs it. So anyone that's following you, they're definitely getting a lot. So thank you for continuing to give all that you can to everybody, all your followers and everything like that.
Appreciate you, bro. So let's talk, man.
Yeah, what's up?
You are the CEO of Losing Tone Fitness, correct?
Yeah.
So I know you've been at it for a long time. I mean, you've been 14 years, I think 14 years in the game of fitness, man. So how did you grow that from, just personally working out and staying in shape to now wanting to just give back to others and become a trainer and a coach?
So, I mean, really quickly, just give a little bit of bio. Yeah, this 2021 will make 14 years that I've been a certified personal trainer. So I got certified right after high school in 2007. The need came really more so because I saw what my immediate family, the health issues that they were facing. I was an athlete in high school. And then also went to college for sports med and athletic training. So my goal was to train athletes, right? And then during definitely high school, right afterwards and going into college,
Mm-hmm.
I started working for a gym.
Mm-hmm.
And it was during that time, during that transition, that I was at the gym, and the clientele I was training were I was working in the city in one of the gyms. I started out in Ballage in Jamaica, and then I started working also at New York Health and Racquet on 50th and Madison, right? And at the time, I think I was
Mm-hmm.
like, by that time it was like 2009 or something like that. I was 19 years old, right? And I just remember the sessions being like $110 a session, right? $110 a session. I was probably making like $60 an hour or something like that, right? And in my mind, I was just thinking, money aside, like the clientele I was training, all that aside, I was like, I don't know too many people that could afford this type of training, let alone I'm the one facilitating the service,
Right.
So I was like, but I
Mm-hmm.
know a good amount of people that need this,
Mm-hmm.
so this is 2007. I don't think fitness was as big as what it is now. We didn't really grow up in it. We didn't grow up in the Instagram era. You know what I'm saying? Like the
Nope.
kids in high school are right now. So you didn't see too
Right.
much fitness. It wasn't like a cool thing to be doing or whatever. But I was like, I know some family members that need this. My immediate family members had things like high blood pressure, high cholesterol,
Mm-hmm.
diabetes, being overweight. So I seen that struggle in my household. And to be totally transparent, I've helped my mom lose a lot of weight. At her heaviest weight, she was over 300 pounds.
Wow.
And at her lightest, what I'm saying, that was, that's really my testimony, my drive behind what I do. And I remember shooting like a YouTube video or something like that very early on. And my
Mm-hmm.
goal was to always help people and really help specifically moms, because
Mm-hmm.
again, that was my drive. So yeah, so putting all of that together,
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to start teaching classes. Like I said, I didn't know too many people that could afford $100 session, but I was like, you know what? If I had some space to teach a class, maybe I can get 10 people in a room and train them at $10 a piece, at $10 a head. So
Right.
that's how the business idea kind of really was birthed. And I found a friend that had a dance school, and I said,
Mm-hmm.
hey, I pitched them my idea. They asked me if they can help me facilitate a class. It was kind of like it all came together at the same time. So
Mm.
that was really it. So it was the noticing that there was a need in my community, having the passion to want to do it, and then just being aligned with the right people, and the business idea was definitely like, I need to do like a class because I need to be able
Right.
to reach more people at one time.
Right. Right. So let's tell the people just all the types of classes, first of all, that you offer.
So now I'm doing my business is completely online now. So anybody that's
Mm-hmm.
watching right now can jump into a class. So it's not like before. And we'll
Right.
get into that. COVID has definitely helped me to be able to pivot my business
Mm-hmm.
now. Now I can reach anyone literally all over the world. But
Mm-hmm.
I facilitate stretch and recovery classes. I have strength training classes, like upper body, lower body, core classes. I do HIIT training, so that's high intensity
I
interval
think.
training. You know what I'm saying? Like the
Mm-hmm.
things that people see, like the burpees and all of that. Some of them are the high intensity work. Um,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, and I do like bodyweight calisthenic type classes. So strength. Also, of course, my cardio kickbox class, which people definitely love that. That's high energies, more rhythmic,
Mm-hmm.
things like that. So definitely, and the soca music keeps everybody going. So that's always a plus. But yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I saw that, man, because what I do notice is what you do. I've seen it, back pre-COVID. I
Right.
saw you were in Roosevelt Field. Like, I saw you was doing like a Juve. It was like a whole Juve class, man. I was like, yo, this guy's on a different level. Like,
Well,
I see a lot of
in
people
Roosevelt
like,
Field Mall at that.
which was very surprising. I was like, that's more like Green Acres, you know what I'm saying? But I mean, I keep it 100, you know what I'm saying? But I was like, yo, you out there doing that in Roosevelt Field, man. So, man, that's just a testament to the work that you've been putting in, man. And I see you, and you in the parks doing it, man. And you would get like just collaborate with other fitness trainers too. And you guys collaborate, and you guys seem to be having a party. And I was like, man, like that's definitely tight, man. You bring in something completely different, man. So now definitely, man, salute to you about that. So now you mentioned it before about pivoting, and I've seen you kind of from like 5 years ago grow tremendously to where you are now,
Thank
like your
you.
whole business plan, man, has been amazing, bro. Um, and so COVID hit and gyms shut down, places that indoor shut down. So I guess my question to you is, how important is it, just even in life, but of course in fitness too, to learn how to adjust, right? And then just kind of just pivot. Like, how important was that for you? Because your life completely changed too, from a business
Right.
standpoint too, being an entrepreneur. So it's like you have to reinvent your whole business. So how important is that?
I mean, it's very important. It's completely, it could be detrimental to your business or to your life period to not have another plan or not to be able to shift and pivot. And I
Hmm.
think that's the idea about the idea with any entrepreneur, right? It's like, I wanna give this service or sell this product, but how do I fit it into certain to how do I fit it to
Hmm.
people's needs, right? And how do I
Hmm.
create less friction and have my clients find me and stuff like that in the best possible way? And with COVID, especially with the gym shutting down, and to be totally honest and transparent, I wanted to do more things online and create some type of online service for a while. So COVID was like the push, the
Push.
push to do it. You know what I'm saying? So
Hmm.
it definitely was time for it to be done. But like I said, as soon as it happened, it was just a matter of, I think back to other times when I've had to quickly change things or make something happen, right? Just to
Right.
make something happen really quickly. And when COVID came, it was like I need to find the best platform to do it, which was Zoom. It was quick. So
Hmm.
I need to find a way. I need to have a way to quickly contact all my clients. And that came with like having a support group and letting them know. So I think the with anybody, especially specifically speaking for anyone in business, doesn't matter what business it is, but having a way to contact clients and reach out to them so that they know exactly
Hmm.
what you're doing, where you're going to be at, how you can purchase a service or product, is really, really important. So, for a while, I was doing just outdoor classes. And my clients
Hmm.
were like, hey, I'm fine with doing outdoor, for as long as possible, as long as it's not snowing, raining, if it's not
Exactly.
below 20, so again, and then it's also about creating a culture, right? So anyone that knows me or follows me knows that I'm about training. I'm
Yes.
about what I say that I do. I'm about like let's get it done by all means. As long as it's safe. Let's be safe about it. And but however we can facilitate something, like I'll definitely do it. So it's just like I said, I already had the idea of wanting to do it. Now I had the need for it. So it
Right.
definitely it makes a difference when you can quickly identify a need and then move to that space so clients can find you
Mm.
or customers.
So yeah. So speaking of like, clients and clientele and things like that, how did you turn your passion into income? Because what I've realized, I know fitness is a thing now, right? A lot of people
Right.
are doing it. So you've been doing it since you came out of high school. It's a different thing. But now it's a wave now, right? Models are
Definitely.
doing it, everybody's doing it, right? Like that's the thing. But you turned your passion into income, I think, at an earlier age. So if there was anything that you could tell, a young brother or sister, that has a certain passion about that has a passion and wants to turn it into an income, what would your advice be?
My first advice to anyone that's looking to turn their hobby into a lifestyle, their passion to
Hmm.
profit would definitely be to perfect that craft. To
Mm.
really like hone in on what it is that you want to do, to find the way that you want to do it. Because I mean, a lot
Hmm.
of people could be in a, there was, and I'm gonna just jump around a little bit so to stay with me.
Yeah.
But when I first started, I wasn't doing group classes. That's another thing. Also, I wasn't trained as a group instructor, right? I was just doing personal training. But like I said,
Hmm.
I had to figure out a way, and, and,
Hmm.
and I'm good with kind of talking to people and connecting with people. Like I'm not an introvert. I'm not a shy person. I'm fine with talking
Right.
to people and things like
Hmm.
that. So again, I started out as a personal trainer. I wasn't doing group fitness in the first gym that I worked in, probably for like maybe 2 or 3 years. It wasn't until I started my first class where I had to talk to more than one or two people at a time. And there is when I really honed in on the skill of how to do that, how to keep people's attention, giving people what they need, being able to be like multiple places at one time. And, that's a skill, so
yeah.
Some people may see like, teaching group classes and having like a really big boot camp and things like that, 20 people in a room, 30 people in a room, whatever, as something that they want to do. But, if it's not you, it's not going to come off genuine. It's not going to come off like natural in your business. So I would say definitely hone in on your craft, right? Hone in on perfect your craft as much as you can. When you're ready to step out, know which way you're trying to do that, whether it is like one-on-one, if you're selling a product or something like that, make the product as best as it possibly can be. As far as marketing goes, I remember to this day, and if she jumps on here, she'll tell you as well, I was in this street, like walking up and down Linden Boulevard in Queens, Farmers Boulevard, Merrick Boulevard, giving out flyers to my class, right? Like, hey, check out my class. Hey, you work out? Check out my class, blah, blah, blah. Flyers, like flyers. And I actually happened to bump into someone else that's another instructor. Her name is Rain Hudson, actually. So shout out to Rain. Anyone that knows Rain. She's still an instructor to this day. And she was like, I'm an instructor too. and we just started talking, but she always tells that story like, yo, you weren't afraid to like walk up to people with flyers and like, you know what I'm saying? So you have to be out there marketing. I mean, now it's different. Of course, you got social media, but it's the same deal, right? If, videos, print, like doing infographics, writing things down, pictures, you got to be out there. So, so definitely don't be afraid to promote your business. Be out there. If you don't promote your business, no one else will. You know what I'm saying? And don't be afraid to ask for help, because I had a whole lot of help on the way. I think there's this big idea with people that want to start businesses and stuff like that, and like being self-made, is like they got to struggle through it to whatever level of success you want to be at, whatever that is for you, whatever that looks like. Like, I'm gonna do it on my own, but I had a lot of help throughout the way. You know what I'm saying? I had people that just stepped in and was like, I want to help you, because they just saw the passion, the level of what I was doing, and was like, this is the gap that needs to be filled, and I can help you with that. I was like, why not? Why not? I don't know that space. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, so I would definitely say to learn your craft as much as you can, know in what capacity you want to do it. If it doesn't work, try it out. If it doesn't work, you switch it up and do something again. Promote yourself. Ask your friends, your family members, coworkers, anybody. At the time I started doing Losing Tone Fitness in my classes. I was working at the gym. I was also working at JCPenney. Shout out to JCPenney's. You know what I'm saying? So I had other jobs going, bro. So it was like everyone knew, and probably I'm saying it last, but one of the most important things is that you literally have to eat, sleep, breathe that business. You have to be your business at all times. You know what I'm saying? Like, people would see me, people would know what talking to people, and they were like, oh, you have fitness classes, don't you? Like, oh, you're into fitness? Like, that's what everyone knew me for. You know what I'm saying? Motivate, like, whatever your business is, people, nowadays, people have like a business page and a personal page. And it's like, yo, your personal page needs to be a business page. It needs to be no questions asked about what you do, what you're about. People need to see it from your personal page, the way you talk, the way you walk, you know what I'm saying? The products that you use and everything. It really needs to be you. Like, you need to live your brand day in and day out.
Great. Shout out to Serious Voice. Shout out to Dira. Shout out to George is in the building. George said nobody's going to promote you like you. And that's 100% true. So let's really get into it. So it's the new year. You know how it goes. New year, new me. I gotta drop 50 pounds in 2 weeks. I gotta get it going. I gotta get these resolutions, right?
Six pack in 6 weeks.
6 pack in 6 weeks. You know how it is. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to Cancun, and not me, but I'm saying people going to vacations in Cancun in March and February and April, and it's just like, right. So, but let's be real, about the truth of that. That's not a real thing.
No.
So one of my boys, he's a finance coach. He says that he sets his financial goals starting, I think, in October, right? So he starts his in October. He was like, I don't want to wait till 1/1. He said, I got to get mine in like at least around 10/1. He said, it's different. So for you, as far as, I don't like to use really like resolutions like that, but everybody has these resolutions, these fitness resolution goals for 1-1. But for your fitness goals, what do you suggest that people should start their yearly goals?
When should they start the yearly
Yeah,
goal?
yeah. Like when do you think? Like should it be 1-1 or should it be like, October 1? Like just different people have different things. So I just want to know, like, what do you think about that?
So I'm gonna say that my honest truth is that people should start way ahead, because I don't think January 1st is gonna come and you're just gonna flip the switch and everything is gonna change for you, right? But people also need to be realistic with themselves and have that self-awareness of what type of people that they are. Some people are like the all or nothing type of people, and they can go cold turkey and switch it on. But some people, a lot of people, need to take their time and do things and really establish a habit, right? In order for it to, in any part of your life, you need to establish some type of habit. And it takes time to really do that. So I would definitely say it needs to start from around Thanksgiving or before Thanksgiving, because the holidays are rolling in. Anyone with children knows, like, from Halloween, it's like the Halloween candy starts, and then the Thanksgiving food is, you got Thanksgiving food, and you got Christmas, you know what I'm saying? You got December, you got New Year's. So it's a lot back to back to back, you know what I'm saying? I would say realistically, at least 8 weeks before the year starts. At least 8 weeks. You want to already go into the year with momentum. You know what I'm saying? So I would say you definitely need to do that. And then before the year starts, you really need to set up a plan. You really need to set up a plan.
Man, I'm not gonna lie to you. I think Thanksgiving started for me last March. I'm gonna tell you the truth. I'm gonna be honest. I'll be honest with you.
Be honest, bro.
Thanksgiving started in March for me. As soon as the COVID hit, everybody working from home. All these, now I got the Uber. I can't go sit down somewhere.
That's very true.
All of a sudden, the Uber Eats, the DoorDash, the Grubhub. I got all the apps on my phone. I'm not even gonna lie to you. They're all on my phone. I got the Wingstop, the Domino's, they're all on my phone. And I went through a period where I was okay at first. I was like, it's okay. But then once the pandemic got, April, it's really here. It's real. Everything shut down.
Right.
Everything just everything just went like this. Like, I wasn't eating sugars like that before. Now I'm eating sugars. Like now I'm eating cookies. I'm eating cake. I'm eating Doritos. Like it's getting bad. It's getting bad.
In the house. It's all in the house.
All in the crib. Like, I go to the supermarket. I'm gonna just bring this back here. I'm putting in a snack now. Now I'm on Zoom calls. The camera off, you know what I mean? I'm snacking more often. So Thanksgiving came for me kind of early.
Right.
So
as I'm sure it did for a lot of people.
I'm not gonna tell you a lot. That may just be me. So now people have gained a lot of weight. People may have gained 20, 30, 40 pounds, right? And now they got to deal with that now because 2021 summertime comes, things could be a little bit better. They might want to go on vacation. Like, what would you say to somebody who says, look, D, I gained like 30, 40 pounds during the whole quarantine thing. How do I get this weight off by summertime? Because everybody got to be summertime fine, right? So what would you say to that?
It's so funny that you bring this up, because I got a couple of clients or people that reached out to me like, I'll put that COVID 15 on, I'll put that COVID 25, you know what I'm saying? So I totally understand. I hear you. First things first, like you just identified what the problem was. We gotta get right to that problem. Take it out the house. If you know you can't control it, take it out the house. That's the first thing I would say. Pantry clean out, fridge clean out, like get rid of all those 2020 junk foods. You know what I'm saying? If you're there already, you know what I'm saying? If some people can have, like, I'm be transparent again. There's certain snacks and things that I personally like. You know what I'm saying? Like whether it be like cake, like not really so much cookies, but definitely like cakes or like pastries and things like that. I don't bring those things in my house. Like, you know what I'm saying? Not in huge quantities, not in the Costco size, BJ size quantities, because they're going in one day. They're going in one day.
I was tearing Costco up, bro. They're going in one day. So
it's definitely time for a pantry clean out for anyone that's on here that has a fitness health goal for the next 6 months this year. Clean out the pantry. Like that's it. You can't keep it in the house. Like you're an addict. You itching for it. Like you said you need the sugar. Like you probably feel that addiction right now. That sugar rush, that sugar high. So I would say completely take it out of before you do anything else. Completely take it out of your house. You know what I'm saying? And then there's definitely some other steps. Try to start getting 2 to 3 servings of fruits and vegetables a day. That's like non-negotiable. So do that. Do your clean out first. And then, like I said, there needs to be some boundaries that you set up on food because most people are going, even if you had a desk job anyway, you still were going from your house, commuting to work, however you got there. You know what I'm saying? So that's extra steps, more calories burned. In your office, you're walking around. I mean, if you're still sitting down for a good portion of the day, I'm sure you're getting up, moving around a little bit more, commuting back home. Now that extra energy has been cut. You know what I'm saying? So there needs to be some serious boundaries that we set up on eating. And the other thing is most people, well, I'm not gonna say most, but a lot of people don't have really good food relationships, right? Relationships with food. So if you know you're someone that's an emotional eater, like I said, clean out the pantry first. But there needs to be some strict boundaries that you set with food. And when I'm coaching my clients, I'm doing nutrition coaching with my clients that I do online. That's one of the things I speak about. Before we do anything else, it's first I ask them a bunch of questions, try to identify like what's going on, and then we set up non-negotiable boundaries about their eating habits and food. Whether that's stopping your eating a little bit early in the night, because some people, COVID happened. Some people, we thought it was the end of the world. People was eating till 12, 1 o'clock at night, 2 a.m. Like the snacks were there, So I don't fault anybody, but I get it. But now that we know that we're living through this, it's about setting up some serious boundaries. Having water in the house and the essentials. Everyone has very specific needs, but definitely hydration. And I'm saying like the essentials, but a lot of people aren't doing the things that they know.
True.
We went off of that. So 2 to 3 servings of fruits and veggies a day, non-negotiable. If you're a late night eater, I would say dial it back. Unless you're working overnight, you don't need to be eating that late. If plan your sleep first, getting adequate rest. That's another thing. Definitely with COVID, whether it's the mental anxiety, stress. A lot of people are going to bed really late, waking up really early, not sleeping that much. So try to work on healthier sleeping patterns. That's huge. That's key. We spent a lot of time on electronic devices, or we're still spending a lot of time. This is the most time I've ever spent on a computer in my life.
Yes.
Legit. You know what I'm saying? So having a time to shut down is important. Again, at least when you're at work, you had that hour break that you had to take for most people. Now people are working through lunch. On the computer, on the phone. We're working through that time, so it's just like the food is right there. Sometimes I'm in a dry-fit shirt up top, and I got pajama pants on the bottom. I'm right in the
Yo, it's good.
You know what I'm saying? With the snacks right here, like you said, I'm gonna turn my camera off. If my camera goes off, that means I'm probably snacking on something. So we gotta have those boundaries with the food.
And it's interesting because
and habits.
And that's interesting also. And Stacy said meal planning, and I guess meal prepping. And I was big on that, right? I was big on meal prepping until COVID.
Yep.
Once COVID happened, and I'm at home, because, you're not traveling to work, like you're home. So all of that, I got a meal prep on Sundays and all that stuff kind of went out the window because it's like you said, you're kind of powering through lunch, and you might, and like your whole eating patterns could be completely off. Your schedule could be completely off. And if you're powering through lunch and you're doing Zooms and things like that, by the time that you actually get a breather, you know what you do? The Uber Eats, the Grubhubs. Yo, I'm so tired, yo.
You try to make up for what you're gonna have. You know what I'm saying? And that's key. I mean, and you touched on something that can go way beyond COVID. It's keep that same energy.
Yes.
Like you said. You know what I'm saying? When you go away, same thing. I try to keep to the best of my ability, especially, I mean, food choices for sure, but the same type of habits, when people go on vacation, this never fails, or even around time of holidays. And if anybody's in here, you know what I'm saying, they can drop the heart right now. We go so far off our diet and our plan. I tell people that on time, like, enjoy your time with your family. You know what I'm saying? Like, food doesn't need to be the center of everything. For a lot of people, that communal feeling and everything happens around food, right? But really, we should be enjoying the time and everything. So if you go on vacation, enjoy your vacation, but don't make food the center of your vacation. You know what I'm saying? Don't let the alcohol, like, in overindulging in alcohol, you know what I'm saying? You get the all inclusive and it's like a free for all on vacation. Then you come home and you're like, oh, I'm trying to get back from vacation. You went on a 4-day vacation that you got to take a whole week to recover from. So you know what I'm saying? So now you're trying to get back, so the same rules apply. Keep the same energy even when you throughout this time, when you go on vacation, hopefully when things return back to some other sense of normalcy as you go through the holidays, set up that plan. Like I said, set up that plan and keep that same. So I'm sure you would have did a whole lot better. Now look in hindsight, keeping that same meal prep, meal planning idea, that same habit through COVID, will definitely help you out. So that's what I would recommend. If we were kind of consulting right now, I would say, like, what does it take, Terrence, for us to get back to that? And then slowly but surely, we establish a habit to get you back on track.
And you mentioned alcohol too, and as far as vacationing, but alcohol was, the liquor stores was an essential business.
That's crazy. That's another topic for another debate.
Yeah. And I heard, I don't know how I know this, but there's an app that is like Uber Eats for liquor, that pretty much you could just order the liquor to the crib, and it's happy hour at noon now, because you can order it in 2 hours. It's going to be at the crib. And people go through things, right? And as like you said, they're emotional eaters, then they're emotional drinkers too, right? And then normally people have mixed drinks and, the sodas and the juices and the sugar, right? And they're having this more in abundance and more often, because normally, like, if you're on the train going to Subway, this and that, like, you're not thinking about, oh, I can have a drink now, unless you're going out with coworkers or something like that. But it's like, now it's like, yo, this is an arm's length of me, of like, it's here. And it's like, oh, well, I'm at work, but I'm still at home. Well, I can start a little earlier, right? And then it becomes, now it's like 10 months worth of those habits now that you have to break. So I do like what you said about, just changing like your eating habits, getting sleep, and also changing like your probably your drinking habits too, because also people drink to numb some of the pain that they're feeling emotionally from everything that's been going on, and not just COVID. We've been trapped in like the house and looking at things, well, you already see what's on the TV, right? With the unrest, the civil unrest. Then we got COVID, and then we got all of the political nonsense. People are, man, and people's family members are dropping like flies too. I have friends that have lost like four people in their household, like in 1 year. And so what do? It's like, and that's how you keep going, or you overeat. And those habits are something that you bring into 2021, so those are things that at some point that we all got to break. So speaking with that, just that flow of, kind of mental health and just the emotional health.
Yeah.
How does fitness affect your mental health and your emotional health and your well-being?
Fitness affects your mental health and your emotional health, well-being, because it definitely, I feel like it definitely gives you something to focus on. It gives you a positive outlet for your energy, for your mood, for anxiety, things like that. Mm-hmm. It also releases endorphins, right? So when you're actually working out, good job. Mm-hmm. When you're working out, it also releases endorphins, so you feel good while you're doing it. And if not in the moment of doing it, when you get sweating, your heart rate gets up, it releases those endorphins. That's really important. But I also feel like I said, definitely you can't talk mental health without physical health. You can't talk physical health without mental health, right? They go hand in hand. I do feel like you know, if one of those are a little off, and as well, spiritual health as well, that all intertwines.
Yes.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
if one of those things, all those things are off, if you just start in one area, it's almost like a trickle effect. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? But just
Yeah.
going in the right direction, right? So when you start with the physical health, when you start with your physical health, you start moving a little bit more. You're like, oh wow, I feel good. You know what I'm saying? Let me go meal prep now, right? Let me go grocery shopping and get some healthier foods. So because you're like, I did all this working out, I want to start seeing some results from it, right? So
Right.
now the nutrition starts to come into play. I have a couple of new clients, especially this year, that was like, you know what, before this, my sleeping habits are really, really bad. Now that I'm working out, I find that it's so much easier for me to go to sleep on time because now this extra energy, this anxiety that kept me up at night, I'm able to fall asleep. So now I'm getting better rest. So now I'm waking up
Mm.
more energized. Now I'm also a better person to coworkers if you're going into work, your spouse, your kids, because you don't feel so tense and so bound, so wound
Mm.
up. So yeah, like I said, I would start with one area, and that's how physical, that's how being more physically active. It could be, and let's not get it twisted. It could just be a walk, out
Right.
here, especially if anyone that's in the East Coast right now. It's been cold, but it's been a lot warmer. The winter's been more mild this year than a lot of other winters that we definitely had. The sun's been out, so even going for a walk, like it doesn't have to be anything crazy. It doesn't have to be an hour and a half in the gym. It could be a 30, 20, 15-minute walk. It could be
Mm-hmm.
waking up first thing in the morning. And whether you're doing one of my on-demand classes on my website, you'll find, or just
Yeah.
going on YouTube and find like a yoga or stretch video, 10 minutes in the morning, something
Mm-hmm.
like that. Just get moving, just get active. They have a lot of standing desks right now as well. That's what
Mm-hmm.
I have my laptop on like a standing platform and podium,
Right.
so just standing like that definitely helps. Sitting down for four
Mm-hmm.
or 5 hours of the day, poor posture, those kind of things, those would really make you lethargic. You know what I'm saying? So people, most people underestimate the benefits of just standing, moving around, just being more active. But whenever possible, definitely get outside, get some
Mm-hmm.
sunlight. Most people nowadays are vitamin D deficient. We don't spend enough time in the sun, so getting that extra walk, I'm a
Mm-hmm.
huge advocate for that. Because like you said, that commute going to work, around the office, coming back, we've lost that time. If you work,
Yeah.
what I'm saying? We've lost that. Because
Mm-hmm.
people are not going to work and things like that. So you got to fit it in somehow. So physical fitness, walking,
Mm-hmm.
workouts, stretching will definitely set you up to be in a better place mentally, your energy, your mood. It can also help you sleep. Definitely. So if you're struggling with any of those things, get active. And slowly but surely, it definitely comes into play. And then,
So
finally, I would also say, if it hasn't been working out on your own, reach out to a professional. You know what I'm saying? Reach out to an
sure.
expert in that field for sure.
So I'm glad you brought something up. Well, two things. I'm gonna get to the first one. Is you said the mental health and the physical health all aligns with that, and I'm glad you said that because I find that a lot of times like we're obsessed with looking good, right? So we go to the gym to like that's the thing. Like we have to go to the gym and you see all the models online, and it's like and you're not looking like that, right? Or whatever the case is, and you feel
Yeah,
bad.
yeah,
So it's
yeah.
like, oh, I can never look. And it's like it's rare that well, in my experience, that you hear like somebody like yourself say, man, like it's not just about you know physically looking good. Nah, it's about your mental health too. Like all that stuff goes hand in hand, and your mental health is important. It's not just about going to the gym and out benching somebody, right? Or just taking pictures and selfies. Like, nah, like it's really about your mental health. It's about just wellness, right?
Right,
And I think
right.
that's so important because it's not so shallow, to where some people may not even want to get started because they might feel like they can't look like another person. You're right. You know what I'm saying? Because we've become, social media is a gift and a curse, but everything is, oh, look at me, look at my fit at the gym, look at how good I look with my shirt off and stuff like that. And there's a place for that, I understand. But people don't really understand just how much that like your physical really intertwines like with your mental health.
That's
And
a fact.
especially for our community, we really need to start having conversations about our mental health. Because I do realize that we do have a lot of conversations surrounding physical health, fitness, I gotta look good on the outside, but like what's going on up here? because there's a
Right.
lot of things and people are grieving different things and going through different things every single day. But we ain't talk about our mental fitness. We always talking about just trying to look good, man. So that's why I say, man, I appreciate you bringing that out, man, because we need more of that type of talk and and that type of conversation, man. So I just want to say I appreciate you bringing that up,
Yeah.
man.
Like I said, absolutely, bro. I mean, whether it be people like yourself, and I see what you put out, and we don't talk all the time, but I see what you put out and the energy and the positivity you put out. You know,
Hmm.
that's important. I speak about this all the time. You know, it's more than just what you ingest physically. It's what you listen to. It's what you're looking at. You know, those type of things. And to be totally honest, I get clients that come in, or that would come into the gym at the time when we were open, and some of them will be, working out, and they would tell me that they're here because they like the communal aspect of it. They like to be able to see their friends and to talk to people and stuff like that. It's an outlet. It's a way for them to get out. So a lot of people are
Hmm.
working out for much more much deeper reasons than just to aesthetically look good. And if that
Hmm.
and if aesthetics is the only thing you're working out for, I would recommend that you probably attach yourself to a deeper goal. Like, what about you losing that weight is really important? It's so funny you asked me this question. I just put this up the other day. You see my
Hmm.
Instagram, what's it about? It has to be a holistic look at it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So even if you
Hmm.
lose the weight, are you still going to be self-conscious? You know what I'm saying? How is that going to help you with your self-esteem? Um,
Right.
how's that going to help you with your health? Like, all of these things play a huge part. Like, what's the underlying reason to why we're really working out? You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So, because and on the flip side of that, you could be aesthetically in a good place and mentally not be in a good place. You know what I'm saying? Mentally be, like I said,
Hmm.
fighting through depression, fighting through anxiety. All these other. I'm only the mental health stuff is definitely up to you, my man, Mr. Armella, my brother. I can't go without
Hmm.
speaking him and to put him in the conversation, because I learned so much from him.
Hmm.
He's a licensed mental health therapist, and
Hmm.
counselor like yourself, and you know what I'm saying? Like, that's huge, bro. So
Hmm.
we cannot have this conversation about being physically fit, nutrition, without having the conversation about mental health, because it all goes together. And there's a lot of
Hmm.
people. And truth be told, there's a lot of people out there that are working out, that putting hours into the gym all the time, because because that's an escape for them as well. So it
Yeah.
can become an unhealthy thing too. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm. Yeah.
So you get
Because you're still not addressing, because you're not addressing what's going on and what you're feeling. You're just pumping
right.
iron, you know what I mean? And you're releasing stress, but you're not addressing the things that you need to address and unpacking all the things that you need to unpack. So I think like I feel like if somebody is coming to see you, they need to book an appointment with the therapist right after. You know what I'm saying? Like they need to get the therapy.
We're
You know
gonna
what I'm
peel.
saying?
We're
They got
gonna
to
peel
go to
back.
you and go to
We're,
therapy too.
we're gonna peel back the layers. That's very
Yeah.
true. That's very true. We're definitely gonna peel back the layers. I'm like, so why do you want to do this again? You want to work out? Okay,
Hmm.
okay, all right.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, and honestly, that's the only way and that's the only way that these results are really gonna last. I said on my live,
Right.
like, before the new year began,
Hmm.
that I'm no longer training anymore, right? Like, I'm no longer talking
Right.
about what's the best way to do these push-ups. Should I be lifting heavier weights? Should I be doing cardio before my work? Like,
Hmm.
that's good, right? That's good to get you going. But what's gonna actually
Hmm.
help you last? Because it's so frustrating for me when I have clients that do really well 2 months in, 3 months, 6 months in. But what happens after a year, 2 years? Are you able to still maintain those type of results? And again, like I
Right.
said, it's the habits that you develop that are going to get you
Hmm.
through. Not the best workout plan, not the best meal plan that's going to get you through doing that. It was just really
Hmm.
one of the reasons why I wanted to really adopt the the coaching aspect of what I do, not just training. But before, like, I can give someone a meal plan. I can give you a meal plan right now, Terrence, and be like,
Right.
yeah, by April, you be shredded, right? But
Yeah.
then after
Hmm.
April, once you get off that meal plan, once you step foot on that beach come June, it's all
Yep.
going out the window. You know what I'm saying? Or I can teach you how.
Finish.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I can give you what to do, but if I
Hmm.
teach you how, it'd be a whole lot better. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it might take you a little
Hmm.
bit longer, but it's also going to help you to sustain. You know what I'm saying? And that's what we got to get to too. You know what I'm saying? So
Hmm.
that's my message. That's what I'm pumping out. You know what I'm saying? It's not the it's not the sexiest idea. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's not the 30-day makeover. You know what I'm saying? But
Mm-hmm.
it's gonna be the lifelong makeover. You know what I'm saying? So
Right. And it's crazy because the second thing is you brought up stretching. So I'm gonna tell you something real quick.
recovery,
You know, I'll be
recovery
honest
is
with
key.
you. I'll be honest with you. And you said it was walking and stretching. So I went for a walk. I think it was about June. I went for a walk. I think it was about 30 minute, a nice 30-minute walk, man. So I didn't stretch at all. Yeah, I just said, hey, I'm just gonna get out there and walk. It shouldn't be a problem. So I did my 30-minute walk. Took a back home. Sat on the couch. I did one of these knee to chest stretches.
Locked
And
up.
on the way down, pop. No, it's a damn pop. And I was like, whoa, like what was that? Like I didn't know what it was. So I tried to get up, came right back down. Boom. Couldn't put any weight on it. Long story short, I had to go to the doctor. I had torn tendons in my quad. I tore tendons in my quad. That's what I did.
Wow.
So I was like, man, because I thought about it and I was like, maybe should I have stretched? And I was like, but I don't know if that would have helped or if that's just some real old man stuff. I felt like an old guy. I didn't have any war stories. I felt like I should have had a better story of how I tore tendons in my quad.
Right.
But I don't. That's just how it happened. I'm gonna be honest with you. And do you think that was because of the lack of me not stretching? I mean, I feel like it was, but I don't know what happened, man. I just took a walk, bro. I just took a whole walk, and I got locked up so crazy, man. I was in physical therapy for like a month and a half, bro.
Listen. Let me tell you before I answer your question, right? So for me, I was going to the gym real well. I was in the gym, you know what I'm saying, going to the gym, lifting and everything like that. Between March and October, I took that all that time off. And yeah, I know home workouts, but I'm speaking about for me personally. Of course, I did push-ups and things like that. I teach my classes, like I'm actually doing my classes and sweating.
Right.
But lifting weights, how I like to lift weights, is totally different.
Mm-hmm.
Bruh, the time when I went back to the gym with my boy, my lifting partner, in October, it was a humbling feeling, bro. I was on the bar, but I was using just the bar. Like, let me get back to how it goes. So the most important thing when you are starting back, and I just want to tie this back into everyone else that's on here as well, but yourself, I don't think it was the lack of stretching. I know it was because of the deconditioning that happened all those months, and you went out there too strong. Maybe you should just went with a slower pace, just one time around the block.
Oh, but again, one time. Oh man,
just one time. I know it doesn't seem like much, but that's the difference though. You don't want to go out there on that mile walk. Like, yeah, let me go do that 30, 45-minute walk. Yeah, that brisk walk, right? And then you got to recover for 2 weeks.
It was a month and a half,
bro. You don't be like this on that roller coaster. So slow and steady, but definitely the warm up would have probably helped to alleviate that. But just start off slow. You know what I'm saying? It was real humbling going back into the gym, bro. People, you put in the machine, taking a pin and putting it down here where all the heavyweights is at, and you're like, yeah, it's like you like, hold up, something wrong with this machine right here. Like, nah, nothing wrong with the machine. It's the deconditioning, bro. It happens quick. It happens fast. It happens fast. Man. Slow and steady.
It was wild. It was wild, man. Because people were asking me, how'd you take your tendons in your quads? And I was like, I went for a walk. And they were like, what? I was like, yep. I just went for a walk. I got up. I went for a walk. I felt so crazy, bro. I was like, man, this is an old man story.
Was not trying to go for a walk after that. They was like, yo, what kind of walk was this? You went up a hill?
Nah, they were just like, bro, so you getting older, like, so you just getting out of bed and just hurting yourself. And I was just like, yeah, I guess that's it. But I think you're right. I think I should have done that.
Yeah, we gotta stop saying that because I rebuke that sentence.
I'm like, damn.
Nah, you know what happens as you get older, you also get more responsibilities, and you also, for most people, when I wasn't driving the car, I was walking around everywhere. So that's a lot of exercise that you was getting in. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
But then as responsibilities come along, and you might be sitting down at a desk job. You're just moving less. You know what I'm saying? The access to food is also different. So now you can get the Uber Eats. You know what I'm saying? I remember when I used to have to like budget out $5 for the day. Now you spend
Facts.
$15 on a meal. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So we
Hmm.
we got to stop perpetuating that story of like we getting older, because I do have some clients that are much older than I am, and they're doing it. And like this is what I did. So so I just want to put that out there. I think I'm gonna make a shirt or a post about that too.
I
Let's
think you
let's
should.
let's let's normalize let's normalize effectively getting older. You know what I'm saying? Everyone thinks that
Yes, yes.
your health should diminish and things like that. It doesn't have to. It's all about the decision that you make right now. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
So,
Hmm. So you mentioned stuff about, crash diets, and my thing is, so what are some of the pitfalls that we could avoid? Because there's a lot of programs,
yeah.
it's a lot of get lean quick, get ripped quick, get a bigger butt quick. Like everything is quick, 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 man. Like so what is the true, like what are some of the pitfalls to avoid? Like just kind of throwing your money into a certain program or wasting your time just trying to get things faster, man.
Yo, that's an excellent question. And to be honest, like I said, everyone is different. Everyone's totally different. I feel that from a from the and my philosophy doesn't fit everyone's. My philosophy that
Hmm.
I'm on right now is about long-term health, sustainable. That's just where I am for the past
Hmm.
14 months. I've been following a plant-based diet. Like 99% of my meals have been plant-based. Uh,
Wow.
so
Wow.
no animal products whatsoever. No eggs, no dairy. No fish. And probably in the last year and a half, I don't want to say this too loud because my wife would be like, "No, we had fish on vacation."
Uh,
But I can count on one hand the amount of times that I've had fish, and that was it. But
wow.
in the past year and a half, since October 2019. So at the end of before you begin any program, I think most people need to understand what it really takes. They need to understand themselves, like have a little bit of awareness. So if you know for a fact that you cannot live without eating carbohydrates, right? And I'm just throwing that term out there because
Yeah, yeah.
most people don't know what carbohydrates are exactly, but pretty much everything is a carb except for meat. But if you know you can't
Hmm.
live without eating rice, that that's one of your favorite foods and things like that,
Hmm.
you have a pretty good handle on how much you should be eating. Portion control aside, then doing something that's like a no carb diet is probably not going to work for you long term. You know what I'm saying? That's my
Hmm.
philosophy. People are like, I don't want to give up my favorite foods. Okay, you don't. So that no carb diet is probably not going to work for you, because
Mm.
when you do it long enough, you're probably going to want to binge, and then there goes all your results that you worked so hard for the last 2 weeks on, that you saw all the greatest results in your life. You're like, oh, this really works. But as soon as you go off, all that weight comes back on. So like I said, you gotta be realistic with yourself. If
Hmm.
you've never worked, I gotta get close to the camera when I say this.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
If you've never worked out before, right,
Hmm.
and you go on a plan that's like, oh, this needs to be an everyday plan for whatever the 20 days, 40 days, whatever the case may be, it's probably going to be really hard for you to stick to that type of plan. You know what I'm saying? Or
Hmm.
or if you're going into it with the mindset like, I'm gonna work out every single day. That's another thing that happens to people too. It's good to be ambitious about your goals, but at some point we have to
Hmm.
be realistic with them as well, based on
Right.
what we've been doing so far. So if you haven't been working
Hmm.
at all, right, 0 workouts per
Hmm.
week, it's really ambitious to say I'm gonna work out 5 days a week starting January 1st, Monday through Friday,
Hmm.
because you only get 2 off days. That's Saturday and Sunday. So if Monday you wake up and you're like, I don't really feel like doing it, and then the day ends, your work day ends, and you didn't work out in the evening. That's it. Your 5 day goal is shot. And for most people,
Right.
that's like too much to deal with, and they won't work out Tuesday through Friday. So I think that going
Hmm.
into any plan or program, you need to go in with realistic expectations. And this is how I would go about choosing the right plan for you. It needs to
Hmm.
be it needs to be something that is three things. I would say three tips that I would give. Free jewels right here. I'm dropping. I normally only give this away to my coaching program. It needs to be safe. That's number one. It needs to be
Appreciate it.
safe. It needs to be something that you're not going to hurt yourself, hurt your immune system, not your immune system, but hurt your metabolism, things like that, not cutting your calories super, super low. It needs to be simple that you're able to constantly follow it, right? It needs to be like a plan that's like, oh, okay, I could do this. It's simple enough. You know what I'm saying? Not like if I was working out with somebody and I sent them to the gym, I'm saying, hey, you're going to do these 3 movements. You're going to do drop sets. And then we're going to do a pyramid at the end, all this jargon, you know what I'm saying? It needs to be something simple, right? And the last thing, it needs to be sustainable. It needs to be something that normally if it's safe and it's simple, it's going to be sustainable. So those are 3 S's, 3 tips I would give. It needs to be something that you can see yourself doing for a long term.
Right.
More than just 30 days, 6 months, a year. But, for most people, God willingly, life is long, right? It's not going to be something that you're going to be doing just for this birthday. It's going to be for birthdays to come, to last you well into your later years. So those are my 3 things. I would say any plan needs to be safe, simple, sustainable.
Safe, simple, sustainable. Dope.
Shout out to Rain before. The person I was telling about that story, she just jumped in here. So shout out to Rain. Right here. Shout out to Rain. She'll tell you that story about when I gave her the flag. I'm a trader too, bro.
Yeah. Shout out to Rain.
Yeah, shout out to her. Yeah. Those 3 things: safe, simple, sustainable. If you get nothing else from this talk right now, conversations of the heart with T. Tillman and Mr. Make It Happen, your plan for 2021 needs to be safe, simple, sustainable, no matter what you're trying to do.
Bet. So before I let you go, I want to know, what's your top 5 workouts that you enjoy?
Top 5 workout, like type of workout?
Like anything. Yeah. That you enjoy doing.
That's a great question. My top 5 workouts, me personally.
Yeah, you personally.
I personally love weight training. I love weightlifting. I love weightlifting. I love going to the gym and like my boy calls it, my man Bernard Henry owns CrossFit Sanctuary. He calls it grunt work. I love going to the gym and lifting heavy weights. It makes me feel good. Beja Sweetness, she said burpees. That would probably be number 2. My second love is like CrossFit style training, HIIT training. I do enjoy that. I personally enjoy that, as long as it's safe. You know what I'm saying? Right. Number 3 would probably definitely be daily activity and movements. I love the outdoors. I really love getting outside. Not as much as lifting. If I could lift outdoors, whew.
I've seen it in California. I've seen them gyms in California.
If I could lift outdoors, whew, that would be it for me. I would work out all day long outside. I would never work out. And under the sun, it don't matter. Like I'll work out outdoors all day long. So outdoor activity definitely. 4, like I said, number 1 was weightlifting. 2, like those HIIT style movements. 3 is outdoor activities, anything, hiking, running. Like I like being outdoors. 4 would probably, I would say, the recovery stuff, the yoga. I haven't done too much of it personally. I've done it like at conferences and things like that, but I've personally not taken a whole lot of yoga classes. I'll get more into that myself. So number 4 would definitely be recovery work. And I don't know what 5 would be, honestly. 4 is recovery work. Number 5 would have to be, I don't know. We have to come back to you on that one. Stay tuned for part 2.
Yeah, I bet, man. Listen, man. Speaking of that,
I know number 5 is, like I said, I haven't done a lot of like cycle classes and things like that, but I love outdoor activities, so that includes everything. But number 5 would probably be like something like rowing.
See,
more special.
Shout out to Rain. She was thinking what I said, but I wasn't gonna say it. Shout out to Rain. You know what I mean? Yo, listen, my brother. We're pretty much out of time, but I just want to salute you. Thank you for putting on for Queens, man. You're doing an incredible job out here for the community, bro. Listen, man, we honor you, man. We love you, man. We really do appreciate you, man. Thank you for doing this with me, man. We need more brothers out there like you, man. For real, man. Tell the people how they can find you, give them the website and all that. We got like 40 seconds.
Well, you can go on to, thank you again, bro. Like anyone that's already following me and not following Terrence Tillman, Conversations of the Heart, this is an amazing platform. You have a ton of different professionals on here. So thank you for the opportunity, bro. We got to continue to build in platforms like this. So we're definitely going to do that. Anyone that's following me can go to my page Right now, anyone that's on right now can go to my page, click the link in my bio, find out more about me, about my classes and packages that I offer, as well as going to loseentone.com, spell out the way it is, LOSE, the letter NTONE.com. And yeah, and they can book classes through there. You can reach out to me via DM. If you're watching this afterwards as well, if you're watching it now, you can always DM me. I get back to everybody in my DMs most of the time. So as long as no spam. But yeah, DMs definitely, I'll get back.
Perfect, brother. Yo, thank you again, bro. We got to do a part 2 to this thing, man.
We will.
But again, man, thank you, brother. I salute you always, man. Thank you.
Yes, sir. I appreciate you. Have a great night.
All right. You too, bro. Peace. And that's the wrap. Appreciate y'all for tuning in to Conversations of the Heart, man. It is your boy T-Tail. Tune in for episode 3 of season 2 next week. All right, y'all. Peace.